Hey guys, Taylor here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've already been here, thanks for coming back. So in today's video, we are going to be creating this look right here. I recently uploaded my must-have makeup products for fall and a couple of you guys asked to see those products in one video. So that is what we are going to be doing today. So if you want to see those products in action, then please keep on watching. Before we start the video, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Please turn your post notifications on so you get notified every time your girl uploads a video, and follow me on Instagram. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. Alright you guys, so the brows are already done. I did use my ABH brow freeze. I haven't used that in a while just because I usually pair it with the NYX brow pen and I ran out of the brow pen and I haven't been able to find the shade that I use. But today I tried it with a brow pomade. It's not really giving like the fluffy brows like the NYX brow pen, but my brows still look pretty good and I'm loving it. I'm going to use my LYS Think Bright Glow Plus Hydrate Serum just to add a little bit of hydration to the skin. I'm just going to let that serum sit on my face while I do my eyeshadow, but I'm going to take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Amande and I'm just going to use that to conceal this scar that I have from a pimple, and I'm just going to leave that there until I'm done doing my eyeshadow. I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut as my eyeshadow base. And I'm blending this out with my Real Techniques sponge. To set this down, I'm using the same sponge and I'm taking my Sephora translucent setting powder, just a little bit to set the concealer. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using my McGrath Celestial Odyssey eyeshadow palette. I'm taking my E27 brush and I'm going to start with this shade right here. And I'm just going to blend that all over my crease. And I'm just building this shade up to my liking. I'm going to take my M573 brush and I'm going to take this chocolate brown shade right here and I'm just going to stamp that like on the outer portions of my eyes, and then after I'm done packing that on, I'm going to lightly blend this out because this shade is very, very pigmented. Alright y'all, so I'm taking the same M573 brush, but I'm just cleaning it off on like a piece of paper towel, and then I'm going to lightly blend this out. But I just don't want it to look too dark, so I'm trying to clean the brush off. So I'm grabbing the brush from the first shade, not adding any product. I'm just going to go over. I'm taking my NYX glitter primer and I'm using this brush. This is the one that you usually get in like a ABH palette, and I'm using this flat side to it. It's a little bit flat but fluffy at the same time. So I'm going to use this and just randomly pat the glitter primer on my lid. This is just going to help my shimmer to pop a lot more. Alright y'all, so for the shimmer, I used a shimmer from this palette on my eyes the other day, but I honestly don't remember which one it was. So I'm going to grab this one right here, and I'm using my finger to just stamp that everywhere that I applied the glitter primer. Alright y'all, so I think this shade looks really good. I think this was the shade that I used. As I said, I don't remember. I'm taking a little bit of that chocolate brown shade on that M573 brush and just blending right here. And then I'm going to apply some lashes and then come back and we can jump into the base. Alright y'all, lashes are on. My lash glue is still drying, but this is the eyes for it now. I was supposed to prime my face before I use my concealer to correct my dark spot there, and I didn't. So I'm going to prime my face. I'm going to use my Milani Skin Queen Hydrating Primer. So now that my primer is on, I'm going to have to go back in with my NARS concealer again just to correct my scar right here, and I'm going to let that dry for a bit and then I'll blend it out. I'm using this deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques to blend this concealer out on my scar. Alright y'all, so for foundation, I am between my Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation and my Fenty Beauty skin tint. I think I'm going to mix them. Hopefully this works out. So I'm just going in with a little bit of my Sephora first. And then I'll go in with a tiny bit of my Fenty. I'm blending this out as always with my Juno sponge, starting from my forehead. So foundation is on and I really like the way this looks. I'm going to go in with my NARS concealer first in the shade Amande, just to conceal, because the Fenty foundation isn't full coverage, or the Fenty skin tint isn't full coverage, and the Sephora foundation isn't full coverage either. So I'm just making sure that I conceal all my dark areas. But honestly, these days, you guys, I don't mind using like a medium coverage foundation. I've been leaning more towards like a medium coverage foundation. I don't know if it's because my skin has been doing a lot better, so I don't mind using a medium coverage foundation, even though I'm a full coverage kind of girl, and just let the concealer do all the work, you know. I'm going to take the new ABH Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 16, and I'm going to use this under my eyes only. I'm using my Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Medium, and I'm taking this on my Merit Beauty blending brush, and I'm just going to use this to bronze the face. I know it looks like a lot of bronzer, but you guys already know once I blend my concealer out, this is going to look perfect. I'm using the sponge that I use for my foundation just to blend the concealer. blend my under eyes, I'm using the Lemon Drop sponge from Juno. So I'm not done blending as yet. I want to go in with some liquid blush. I'm using the Rare Beauty matte blush in the shade Love, and what I do is I apply it to the back of my hand. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. sponge. I love this sponge for applying this blush just because it absorbs a little bit of the product and it just gives me a really nice application. I prefer to use this than to use a Juno sponge because the Juno sponge doesn't soak up the product. So I'm just going to pat that on the back of my hand and then apply it to the face. Alright, so I'm going to take the sponge that I used to blend my under eye concealer and just go back in to blend any creasing that might have happened, and that will also even out the blush. And then I'm going to set my face with my Sephora translucent setting powder. By the way, I am using my Real Techniques sponge to apply my powder. As always, I apply the powder to the sponge, then press the excess off on the back of my hand, and then I go in with the sponge. I know we're looking powdery, but just wait. I'm going to use my Sephora microsmooth powder in the shade 60 Deep, and I'm using this Color Drain angled powder brush. My brushes are still wet, so I'm using this to set everywhere else. I'm also using this to kind of like blend any lines that I can see that are like visible, so between like my contour and my highlight. Alright y'all, so I'm going to take my Garnier face mist. This is literally going to melt all my powders together. This is key. I don't know if you guys can see the huge difference that that Garnier spray makes. Like, if you don't have it, you need to grab it. So before I do the rest of my face, I'm going to do my lower lash line. I'm taking my Sephora gel liner in the shade Molasses. This is a lip liner, but I personally love it as a eyeliner as well. I always use this as eyeliner and it's just amazing. So I'm going to go in with this first. I feel like I love this as a eyeliner just because it is the perfect brown and it is very creamy. So I'm taking my E36 brush and I'm going back in the Pat McGrath palette. I'm just going to use the same two shades that I used as my transition and also that deep brown shade. I'm just going to mix both shades and just blend that on my lower lash line. I'm going to apply some mascara for my top lashes. I'm going in with the Bite Beauty Up Soon mascara. And for my lower lashes, I use my Maybelline Big Shot Colossal Mascara. Y'all, I feel like this one is low-key dry, but I'm gonna use it until I get a new one. I think this is done. I love the Bite Beauty mascara, but because the wand is a little bit thicker, it is a little bit hard to reach my lower lashes. So I just prefer the Maybelline for that. I'm going in with some powder bronzer. I'm using my Makeup Revolution bronzer in the shade Medium, and I'm taking this on my Color Grain angled brush. So I didn't need a lot of bronzer just because I used that one from Huda Beauty. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild brush and I applied a little bit of the Rare Beauty blush to the back of my hand, and then I'm going to just go back over just to bring that blush back to life. But I didn't want to apply it directly to my face just because it is liquid, even though it is going to dry down matte. Yeah. I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlighter. I'm using the new LYS pressed highlighter in the shade Genuine. And I'm taking it on this Eco Tools brush. Alright y'all, so I'm going to set my face. The Garnier spray is not a setting spray, so this just melts everything together. And then to lock my makeup in for the day, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'm obsessed with this. Like, this combo is everything. The mist on this spray is very, very heavy, so you have to kind of like hold it really, really far. I'm going to use my KKW Nude number 3 liner to line my lips. For gloss, I'm going in with the Tower 28 gloss in the shade Almond. And then I'm adding a tiny bit of the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Confetti. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. I ended up changing my top just because I just feel like this goes with the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section your favorite products for fall. Once again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.